What's up, guys? Fulgur here, and this is sort of a different video. I'm playing Katarina, and I sort of realized that you can actually, if you play your cards right and you have teamwork, you can actually win 4v5s without a lot of difficulty. Um, First of all, I like to point out the statistics. So we do have a Fed Fiora. She's 7-1. She did incredibly well on top lane, and she kind of deserves to be that Fed. In their team, there is nobody who is significantly Fed, but they have better items. And more importantly, we have a Nunu AFK. This is terrible. This is one of those situations that you hate. You just want to quit, but you can't. And it happens all the time. People AFK. Now notice, I'm almost level 2, and we're all like level 10 and 11, which means that we've been sort of managing the laning phase for quite a while, specifically Caitlyn. Caitlyn, I've been helping out a lot, and our jungler has Warwick has actually been very nice, and he laned with Caitlyn once Amumu left. So right off the bat, we have a lot of teamwork. My statistics are 1 death, 1 kill. I am not Fed by any means, but I pick up another kill right here. Fiora dies, and we sort of came out ahead. And now comes the time. There, Caitlyn is very squishy, and I ignite her. I think I can take her. And right here, this is the fight that turns it around for me. I shampoo away from Nidalee's spear, and I actually get the kill on Nidalee. So I collected about 800 gold. Now I can start itemizing. Now things don't look great. Like 5v4 team fights do not end well. However, we do have a lot of teamwork, and on top of that, we had a plan. Fiora was gonna be the one to initiate because, well, she's Fed, so she's gonna try to get the first kill, and then when things starts to go south, she'll ult, and then we'll all engage. It was a perfect plan, and it actually does work out pretty well. I mean, we have him on the run. There's no like going around that. We're actually doing pretty well, and we're slowly pushing the towers. Now notice we do get dragon. We get when you're at at a disadvantage like we are right now, you should push any advantage you can get. And right here we get caught, and as you can see, just outnumbered completely. I get a kill, but that's it. We get just shut down. And like I was saying, you wanna try to get any advantage. You wanna pick up dragon whenever you can. You wanna kill the person who is Fed in their team, and you wanna try to. You don't wanna split lane. Okay, I've seen a lot of people who are desperate and they start split pushing. Don't do that. They're just gonna pick you off one by one, and before you know it, you're just gonna lose without even like fighting back. Don't split push on a 5v4. That's not gonna end well for you. What you should do is this: everybody go to the same lane and start pushing the same lane. Why? I'll tell you why. It's actually very simple, and not many people figure it out. But if you push bottom lane, let's say we push bottom lane to the 2nd tier tower, and then we move to middle lane, I guarantee you at least one person in the enemy team is gonna stop and start farming in the bot lane, where we can initiate a 4v4 on mid lane. It's a matter of evening out the numbers. So you gotta split. You gotta push different lanes and really try to separate their team as much as possible, and initiate when there's a teammate missing. Ward coverage is also important. I mean, I don't think we had the best ward coverage, but we did have our jungle covered. We had a couple wards here and there. We had the Caitlyn traps, and we were prepared. Now, right here, we're thinking of engaging. Tristana is pretty low, so Fiora gives us the word, and she actually ends up killing Kiring. Apparently, I'm Chinese now. No offense. Killing Darius. And I mean, yeah, the plan was just to go for Darius, because a Fed Darius equals GG. And right here, we're just trying to push the middle lane, and once again, go pick up dragon. As soon as it's up, go pick it up. You need the extra gold. It might not seem like much, but you desperately need it at this point. We try to stay together. I mean, we were talking about getting Warwick tanky, because if Warwick builds tanky, he can actually stand some punishment, and tanky Warwick can actually stay in fights for long periods of time. Okay, right now Warwick has his passive activated, his E, so we know that Caitlyn and Tristana went back. Tristana went back, sorry, because, well, she was low, and now we decide to push the bot lane. Warwick does a nice ult, and I kill secured him, and then pick up a kill on Caitlyn, I think, I don't know. So now we're pushing the bottom lane. It's a 3v4. Even though Fiora and Warwick aren't here, it's a 3v2, but we're just pushing the lane. And Warwick is pushing middle lane. In this case, he can actually afford to split push because we know they're dead. And as you can see in the minimap, their team is completely separated, which is good. This is what we want. Now we can all just go back, regroup, itemize, and try again. And that's exactly what you want to do. You want to push different lanes and just keep their team separated. As long as you can do that, you can actually win fairly easy. It was a marvelous realization, really. Especially as Katarina, I started from 1 kill, 1 death to 9 kills, 2 deaths. How? I don't know. It's Katarina, Cat OP. And right here, this is one of those fights that really changed the tide of it. We do lose our AD carry, but me and Warwick really clean up very nicely. So it was a 3-for-1 exchange. Definitely we came out on top, and that's another thing you want to do. You want to really fight favorable fights where you're gonna come out on top. Even if it's 1 kill for 2 deaths on your favor, that you should consider that a win. So me and Warwick just pushing. I'll tank a couple of turret shots. And unfortunately we didn't have enough time to push the inhibitor. Nidalee's not gonna do crap. Warwick kill secures me, and I'm gonna save Warwick. I'm gonna turn around to Caitlyn and fight, and we're just gonna leave like a boss. So try to really, whenever you have an advantage, push. Even if it means tower diving, just do it. If you're sure you can win, do it. A thing you shouldn't do, and it's something you notice we don't do for a while, is Baron. The reason for it is simple. If you look at the map, you will notice that it's warded. And quite honestly, 90% of all matches, Baron is warded, just because Baron is such a big game changer. By the way, we're getting Dragon once again. Baron is a huge game changer, and it's not necessarily for the buff. It's for the fact that sometimes a lot of really important team fight. Oh, by the way, I got Tristana decides to initiate, and so does Fiora. Fiora just annihilated Tristana and got a kill on Darius. Nidalee and Caitlyn stayed back, and this is good. We're shutting down the real damage dealers. By the way, Tristana is building AP, which is why you see her one-shotting people, and their Caitlyn is not doing very well when it comes to farm, which is good. AD carry not fed. Oh, and right here, Warwick, look at Warwick's health. I come to the rescue. Hey, Kate, come here. I'm not done with you. So this whole time we've been holding back on Baron, just because most of the important team fights in the game occur on Baron. And if 4 people decide to engage on Baron, they can just wait for Baron to get us a little bit, to deal a little bit of damage, then engage, and then we're dead. Okay, look at this. Greedy Warwick. I try to save Warwick right here. We could have won the fight, but Tristana just ulted him and just destroyed him. So that's all there is to know. Just really pick your fights, and if you pick your fights right, and if you push the right lanes, you're gonna be actually very surprised when the surrender vote comes and you feel like a boss. First of all, for carrying, and second of all, for having great teamwork and really pushing your advantages. At this point, the enemy team saw we picked up Baron, and imagine that if they were getting raped before without Baron, now with Baron they don't stand a chance. So they decide to surrender, and we actually won a 4v5 clean, no bullshit, like a boss.